Saraband. Let's compose now our saraband. So this is the first saraband in B flat major, and here we are combining this rhythm. So we are starting with this rhythm. Play just with the rhythm. So I'm playing a B flat major chord, enhancing the rhythm, where we have the saraband syncopation on the second beat. Pam 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 pam. And the only bar without the saraband syncopation is bar number 4, where we have just a thesis here. Okay, so it's all harpsichord towards the thesis. The thetic point arrives there. And so let's now applying our pattern. We have the do re mi, which is a count on do re mi. Why? Because we want to make clear the second beat. And so do, re, mi, la, sol, fa, mi. This is the pattern with harmony, of course. Now let's combine them and let's add some diminutions, ornamentation, which is something, I remind you, belongs to partimento, something you should have studied before in your education path. So, do, re, mi, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. This way we have 1, 2, 1, 2. The presence of agrément, embellishments, trills on that specific point on beat number 2, as we analyzed in the other sarabands, helps us to enhance the accentuation of the second beat, exactly as this arpeggio, this scene. And here on beat number 1, because the thetic point is arriving there with a cadence which has the third at the top. Allemande, courante, sarabande, giga, minuet, corrente, passepied, courret, gavotte, lourd. Learn how to compose a Baroque suite with all its dances. Study the compositional techniques of each dance. Analyze the work of the great composers and compose 2 full suites together with me. Discover suite and dances, the 3rd level of the Musicus Practicus Baroque Path. Go to this link, explore everything you will learn, and start today with the free levels on the Musicus Practicus Academy free. Then choose the complete path that suits you best and get ready to compose your first Baroque suite as if you had lived in the 18th century. Do, 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 mi, la, sol, fa, mi. And this movement to conclude the phrase. Okay. Do, re, mi, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Do, re, mi plus Prinner. Now, second phrase, which is important to conclude the first section, is a Monte Romanesca, exactly as in the minuet. Mi, re, fa, mi, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Monte Romanesca with the Prinner in the melody. Prinner because we are using la, sol, fa, mi, but as you studied in the partimento method, or as you know from other sources, other courses, the base of the Prinner can even be a cadence. So fa, mi, sol, fa, the cadence 5-1 in F major. Okay. The rhythm we have here is the same of the rhythm we had before. So no hemiola for the moment. We'll have an hemiola in the second part. Now let's combine our pattern with the rhythm, adding some ornamentation, diminutions, and what's the best way to learn ornamentations, diminutions, how to shape the melody of a saraband? Just play and study and transcribe. Remember to transcribe by hands the other sarabands you can find in the PDF with the analysis, but even other sarabands you like and you have studied or you want to study. It's very important because by writing and copying sarabands, you learn how to correctly shape the figures, okay? You're not just copying, you are educating your hand. That's it. And so we have the second phrase of the saraband. Now let's play the first phrase plus the second phrase. Okay, now second part of the saraband. In the second part of the saraband, we have the first phrase arriving to a cadence to G minor, which is very important here, and then another part arriving to the final cadence to B flat major. So remember that the cadence plan is very important. G minor here and B flat major for the end. So what's happening here? The first phrase has the hemiola, so the miola, the saraband syncopation here and here, as you can see. Pam, pa, pa, pam, pam, pam. And so we have another rhythmic combination. It's not the same phrase. This is a phrase which takes 4 bars. This phrase is one of the other phrases you can find in the PDF, which takes only 2 bars, and that's why it's repeated 2 times. Why this? Because this way we can put a fonte, which is 2 plus 2. Remember that the rhythm goes with the phrasing, the pattern, okay? They are strictly connected. So we can do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, where we have so an harpsichord point and a preliminary thesis here. Pam, pam, tan, tayaram, pom, pam, syncopation, so harpsichord, and thetic point. Pa, 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 pam. Let's play the structure. Pam, sol, sol, fa, mi, re, fa, mi, re, do. Okay, and now let's add some ornamentations and diminutions. So this is the elaboration I did. And the presence of the mordant plus the appoggiatura, creating this dissonant point, is a way to enhance the second beat. And then all of this section is an upbeat towards the next downbeat. Even here, the second beat is enhanced by the appoggiatura plus the mordant. And so we have a fonte. Let's play it again. And now we move toward the next phrase, which is a very cadential phrase. Why? Because we have a Monte Romanesca turning into an emiola with the cadence. And so, pam, pom, syncopation of the saraband, 1, 2, or better, 1, 2, a kind of deceptive cadence, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. And so we have the phrase with the miola. Check the PDF, you can even find this phrase. Structure, let's play now the structure with the harmony. Yes, here is with E flat. Yes, I want a D flat. Re, fa, mi, re, fa, re, do, re. And now let's see the elaboration, adding passing tone diminutions, ornamentation, something which can be coherent to what we did before. So remember that the passing tones, the style you apply, the diminutions, the figuration must be coherent to the entire piece. And in order to arrive to a thetic point, instead of a cadence on the downbeat, with the suspension, let's turn around 4 through 2, 3. We are somewhat making clear the second beat. Okay, it's not a syncopation, but the cadence is softened. Why? Because this is not the end. So let's play again this phrase. I want to show you how the last beat works as a downbeat of the following downbeat. Works as an upbeat, a preparation to the following downbeat in all these cases. Okay. Yes, actually I put the trill in the middle voice on F sharp. Again. And now this movement is something which is useful as an upbeat of the following beat, downbeat. So this is the arriving point. And so Monte romanesca, fa mi la sol fa mi. This phrase, Monte romanesca plus Springer, is the transposition to the first degree, so B flat major, starting from B flat major, transposition in rhythm and pattern of what we had as the second phrase here. So instead of starting from B flat, or B flat, instead of starting from F, Springer plus cadence, we have the same thing starting from B flat major, so B flat. La sol fa mi. The only difference is that this Springer is starting from B flat here and is starting from B flat here too. So in this point it's like the fourth degree. If we compare F to B flat, we are on the fourth degree because the cadence is to F. Here there is the relationship, so it's the same note. It's degree 1. This is the only difference. But besides this little difference, okay, which is leading to F major again instead of B flat major, the rhythm and the patterns are the same. Mi, re, fa, mi, la, sol, fa, mi. And now, combining the phrase, which is the phrase with the syncopation in the second bar, in the first bar, second bar, third bar, and not in the fourth bar, we have this elaboration. So notice parallel thirds. They are very important in this style, parallel thirds. La, sol, fa, mi. And thanks to this arpeggio in the left hand, the phrase has not finished yet, but we have another arriving point, which is this B flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now the final phrase is arriving. Even here, notice how in the Monte Romanesca I keep the same thing, transposing it up a tone. what the Monte Romanesca wants. The last phrase, which is Galant Romanesca plus Galant Cadence. La, sol, fa, fa, re, fa, fa, mi, fa. And in order to make clear the second beat, mi, fa, let's use the appoggiatura 4-7 3-8, where the resolution, and so the resolution arrives on the second beat, this way. Now let's play the Galant Romanesca, so this section with the rhythm enhancing the hemiola. Here we have the phrase with the hemiola. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and now with our elaboration. As you can see in the elaboration, we have some recurring elements. This rhythm is represented here, even if the arriving point and the development is different, but we have the same elements. Here with 4-3 suspension, then becoming chromatic this way. That's okay. So let's play the last phrase. And thanks to this technique 4, 4, 2, 3, we can turn around the third, which is our arriving point. So let's play the last two phrases, starting from the Monte Romanesca, the first one, here. Okay, and this is a way to compose a saraband. Now let's listen to the entire saraband. Here I can play it because it's only one page and a quite slow dance. Otherwise you always have a better performance in the other video. And we have just composed a saraband. And so let's continue our journey together. We have another saraband in B minor for the B minor suite. And if you want help, some guidance to compose your first saraband, book one or more training sessions where we can work together. Every self-respecting Baroque composer wrote at least one suite with their own dances. Think of Bach's French suites, Handel's suite, or harpsichord partitas by other great composers. Composing a suite is a true challenge. Each dance has its own rhythms, phrasing, style and unique character. And if you don't study how each one works, you risk writing an allemande that sounds like a gavotte, a French courante that feels like a saraband, or a minuet that turns into a passepied. No, no, no! What you need is structure, method and the right knowledge. That's why I created an entire level on the Musicus Practicus Baroque Path dedicated to composing a complete Baroque suite with all its dances. The dances you'll study include allemande, saraband, minuet, gavotte, bourrée, French courante, Italian corrente, passepied, lourd, French jig and Italian giga. Each dance is introduced in a carefully structured didactical order, and for every one of them I've designed a target learning method, the most effective one I've used and I use in my one-to-one lessons, which has helped students achieve faster and more solid results. First, we studied the compositional elements of each dance: rhythm, phrasing and structure. Then we analyzed many real examples from different composers so you can learn directly from them and be inspired by their work. Finally, the active part. We composed 2 full suites together, writing 2 dances for each type, one in B flat major and the other one in B minor, to explore the expressive richness of both major and minor modes. All of these and much more in the 3rd level of the Musicus Practicus Baroque Path, Suite and Dances. Click the link to download the free ebook on Suite and Dances and to explore the full content. Then get started with the free levels you can find on the Musicus Practicus Academy free. Then choose the complete path that suits you best and get ready to compose your Baroque suite as if you had lived in the 18th century.